What's up, everybody? Brian Wagner, editor of Street Muscle Magazine, here with Brandon Thompson, Detroit Autorama. This car totally caught my eye, Brandon. This Cadillac. First off, what year is this Cadillac?
It's a 1967 ElDorado.
67 ElDorado. So it's not your typical Cadillac you see people do a lot of builds behind. There's so much to unpack with this car. Let's start, I guess, off first with the story behind the car. What do you know about the car, the owner, and whatnot?
So the owner had the idea to merge a 67 ElDorado with Cadillac's concept car that they built in 2013, the El Mirage, which was a tribute to the original ElDorado. And so a lot of the styling cues from the interior came from that concept car. So we merged the two together, shortened the wheelbase to match like a CTSV, put an LT4 supercharged motor in it to match the CTSV, and then from there shortened the body appropriately to fit the wheelbase, and just kind of customized it and made it look like how we thought the factory should have built the car.
That's I didn't realize the car was actually short. And I come back in this way a little bit, keep you framed. We do fun things right, but I didn't realize how much the car had been shortened. So kind of hearing that, so basically you guys took a 1967 car and really modernized it with like a CTSV drivetrain.
Basically, yep. It's got a full chassis underneath, independent front rear suspension, supercharged motor, and big brakes, big wheels, all the modern good stuff.
And that's what's cool about this car is like, now that you say it's short, it looks like a pro touring Cadillac.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe this car, really,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes. And so we ended up we shortened it in 3 different places and took almost 2 feet out of the length of the car.
2 feet.
Yeah.
That's a lot of metal.
Yeah.
Because again, you look at this car and you're like, let's put it this way, you guys did such a good job. I didn't realize it was, I'm not an expert in this car, I didn't realize it was shortened that much.
Yeah, and that was kind of the goal, is to make it a little more understated to where when you looked at it, you couldn't tell that anything had been done to it, but to make the proportions look correct because the car was so long before.
Yeah. Oh, you guys knocked that out of the park. You said custom. Tell me about the chassis that's under this car, because I'm guessing you can't go to the Roadster shop and say, hey, I need a old Cadillac chassis.
Well, the chassis did come from Roadster shop, but we sent them the original car. They scanned the whole car in 3D, and then in CAD they designed a chassis with the shortened wheelbase, and then basically shortened the car on the computer to fit the wheelbase, fit the new chassis, make sure our engine was going to fit, all that stuff, and then they built the one-off chassis from those drawings.
You talked about the shortening of the car. What are some other cool body details on? Because I'm guessing those OEM taillights. What's up with that?
Those are original taillights. They've been tightened up. We got rid of all the big plastic and rubber, tightened up the bumpers, made them fit super nice. They're not big, hanging over. There's no big overhangs on the car anymore. Everything's nice and tight, and just tried to make it look like we thought the factory should have built it.
And live report, you guys are getting your grade 8 thing right now. Congratulations!
Wow, thanks. Yeah.
How wild is that, man?
Very cool.
Doing an interview,
Yes.
You get the grade 8, you stick the LT4 in it. The interior of the car. Let's talk about that real quick.
So that was the interior was done by Recovery Room in Nebraska. We sent it down to them with the ideas, with the renderings from, the styling ideas from the concept car, and then they took those ideas and made them fit into the original cars. So
what EFI system you guys running on this?
it's a factory GM. It's all factory GM components, and basically kind of to fit the theme of making it look like it was a OEM car.
You guys have done such an outstanding job with this car, just the whole look behind it, the color. It's literally like you went back in time and grabbed this car, brought it, built it, and then just shoved it right back then.
Yeah.
What's the coolest detail that people might miss about, outside the body shortening that, you guys put in this car that people might miss?
I think just the fact that it's a car that you could go and do figure eights in, but it's also got Cadillac style, and that it looks like a luxury muscle car.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
crowd doing awesome. I'll let you guys go celebrate,
Yeah.
Brandon. Such an awesome build.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Nice to
on a
talk to
great
you.
day.
Thank
And
you.
we'll have more on streetmuscle.com.
Awesome.